Hi everyone, I'm Dana Levinson. Thanks for joining us here on the DL at AskTheDoctor.com's Health and Wellness series. Today is a special day because we are continuing our COVID Survivor series and we have a very special guest. If you are a fan of hockey or if you have been following the NHL, you will really enjoy this conversation. George Larocque is joining us. He was known as one of the best enforcers in the league for 14 years. He played on the Oilers, the Coyotes, the Penguins, and of course the Montreal Canadiens. And that's where he will be coming live today from Montreal, I believe. We're just waiting for George to get on Instagram, and he just joined right now. He's going to send me a request. I will accept that, George, and we will start our conversation. So let's get this going right now. Hear all about George's story of survival of this virus and his journey back to health and happiness. Oh, George, there you are. You feeling a little bit sideways today?
No,
Can
I
we hear
didn't
you,
know if
George?
you wanted a Yeah, I could hear you. I didn't know if you wanted a
Ah,
horizontal.
okay. Wonderful. I'm honored to meet you, and I'm so happy to see you.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine.
How are you feeling?
Pretty good. Close to 100% now. Yeah.
Wow, that is great news. I'm hoping that we can go through your COVID journey, if that's okay with you, just to paint a
No
picture and
problem.
to really, I think that your story is one of hope, and it is a feel good story now, knowing that you are doing well, that you are on the road to health, and you look happy. So that's great news, actually. Look at that
Thank you.
smile. That's so nice. Let's go back a little bit, okay? People who are NHL fans obviously know who you are, and it was really upsetting. Obviously, very upsetting to hear anybody that got sick with this virus. A lot of your fans were very, very upset to hear how sick you were, and most of it came from this idea that you were this pillar of strength and health and an elite athlete. Do you feel the same?
Well, I have to admit, I was quite embarrassed when I got it. I
Embarrassed.
never thought I never thought I was going to get it. I thought it was blown out of proportion. I thought it was exaggerated. I thought only old people could get it. I thought I
Mm-hmm.
was immune to it because I'm vegan. I'm healthy. I was training for a marathon, and I wasn't afraid of it. I took precaution like everybody was doing, but I never thought that I was gonna get this. I can't believe that I end up in the hospital with oxygen blowing through my nose. I'm asthmatic, so it attacked my lungs to the fact it gave me two pneumonia.
Wow.
So the first couple of days it was hard to breathe, so I needed oxygen. I almost went to the ventilator the first day because I had a hard time to breathe with the oxygen. And I was in the hospital. We were in a room. There was two elderly people that had COVID too, and they were struggling big time. They were much older than me. They were right in front of me, and I could hear them moan all day long. And I don't think they're gonna make it. And when I was at the hospital, it got me a big dose of humility because when I was talking to the nurse, I was like, "Am I the youngest guy in here?" And I was. Everybody was almost twice my age. So
Really?
it's like I went from being the guy that I thought I was invincible, that was never going to get it, to be the youngest guy in the floor that was infected with this thing. So, and the reason why I wanted to share it and talk about it to people is because there's many other people like me that think that it's a government ploy, it doesn't exist, it's not true. I got
That,
it.
that's bananas.
Yeah,
Bananas.
yeah, I got it. I got
Right.
it. So I can't say that it's bananas. I didn't think that it was that bad, and I got it. But obviously, not everybody's going to react the same. I'm asthmatic, so I got two pneumonia. It's going to take a while, obviously, for my lungs to get 100%. But on Monday, I could get out of jail, which means because I'm in quarantine at home for 2 weeks, and I got the call that says that I will be cleared up because on Monday coming up, it'll be like 21 days, and I'll be okay. But it's just to a lot of people that think that, they don't have to worry about it. If you don't worry about your own health, which I knew I was going to be okay, I was never afraid for my life. It's not that. You have to worry about the people around you. that you
exactly.
could be infected,
Yes.
that could have predisposition that could be more deadly to them. That's what we
And
have to think
that's
about.
exactly, and that's why we say we are in this together. We
Yes,
are all in this
exactly.
together.
So
I want to take you back.
yeah,
If I may ask
yeah.
you, when did you first start showing signs and symptoms of illness?
It was the weekend of the 26th of April. It was the Sunday. Um, I'm never sick, by the way. I never sick. I never get cold. I never get anything. And
Really?
on a Sunday, I started having chill and a hard time to breathe. And I was like, what is wrong? Like it's not normal. Why do I have chills? Why I woke up, my whole bed was wet and I wasn't feeling good. And I was like, this is not normal. So I was like, I went to the hospital the next day because my breathing, it was a bit bad and I wanted to check because when you have asthma, you always want to make sure.
Hmm.
And when I went to the hospital, they did an x-ray. And when they looked at it, the doctor said, your lungs are a bit swelled up. So he gave me cortisone pill. And I said, can I do a COVID test? And he's like, oh, you don't need to. It's a bit swelled up. So he sent me home. So when I went home and I took the prescription, my breathing was getting worse and worse. And I was like, man, this is not normal. Why is it getting worse? The hospital calls me back and they said, George, there's a mistake in your x-ray. We see pneumonia. And I was
Oh
like,
no.
what? I have pneumonia? They're like, yeah. So I'm like, my God. So I end up going back to the hospital on Thursday. So 2 days later, and now my breathing is very, very bad. And I'm like, what's going on? You guys can read x-ray. You guys don't want to do a COVID test. I need to know if I have it because I was delivering food to elderly people. And if I
Mm,
have it, I have to tell them. And because I want to know if I infected them, right? So I was very
of course.
afraid for them,
Yeah.
more for them than for me. So the hospital was like, we don't know why they didn't test you on Monday. They should have done it knowing your situation. We're going to do a test now. We're going to check. So they did a test and obviously I had COVID and they did the x-rays again. They inject some fluid in my lungs to see more clearly and they saw pneumonia and they said, and at that moment, when that happened, I wanted to go to a private clinic, but I couldn't. Right away, they put me on an ambulance and they shipped me to an hospital with in the floor of all people that were infected. And I got plugged to oxygen right away. 3 liters that was pumping through my nose for the first couple of days until I got better. And when I eventually didn't need the oxygen anymore, I was able to spend the rest of the quarantine at home so they could free up that bed for people that were really in the need of full help at the hospital.
So how long were you in the hospital for
I was
altogether?
supposed to be there, I was supposed to be there for 2 weeks, and I was only there for 5 days. What I
Okay.
did, but I did a combination of stuff to help myself out because like at the hospital, other than give me a one pill of cortisone a day, they weren't doing anything.
No.
And I believe in natural stuff. I don't like chemical stuff and
Okay.
stuff. So what I did is I did breathing exercise. There's breathing exercise you could do to strengthen your immune system and to also improve your lungs. So 4 or 5 times a day, I would do like 10, 15 minutes breathing exercise, even though it was blowing through my nose to help my lungs. And also I was taking also natural products to help clear up my lungs and my breathing and stuff because I wasn't eating at the hospital because I'm vegan and the food that I was getting was not good. And I
Mm,
figured if I was eating the food, I was going to be there longer because it was all bad stuff. It was all acidic, right? So I was eating nuts and I was injecting natural product to help my body, to help my lungs to clear it out. And I felt much better. And after 4 days, they came in, they're like, they saw rapid improvement. They were actually pretty impressed. From a guy that
so
started with 3 liters of oxygen to leave to go home that fast, they were impressed.
did you do you feel that it was your, I guess, you taking your health by charge? You became in control of your health. Do you feel that it was your your meditation, your breathing, your natural supplements that helped you get to the other side quicker?
Oh, definitely. The thing is, when we're sick, right? The habit of everybody, what they do is they lay down, they sleep, and you don't do anything. If you lay down and you sleep when you're sick, you don't do anything, you're gonna be sick longer because you're not activating anything.
Hmm.
But if you're sick and you're moving and you're doing things, sickness cannot live through that because you're getting up, you're moving, you're forcing your body to fight the virus. And that's what I was doing. I didn't want to just lay down and just play dead. I was thinking actually, one person that actually helped me to go through this, it's actually pretty insane, but it's Cuomo. You know Cuomo on CNN?
I
Cuomo,
I have
you see,
been, I know, I have been
did you see what he
following
said?
him. Were you not obsessed with him every single day?
Yes. So
I
when he
thought it
got
was,
it,
I couldn't believe his journey. And I just kept
yeah,
watching him with this raging fever on live television. And then his wife got it. And
yeah,
I couldn't believe it. It's just, I love that you were watching
but
that. He
but
was
the
very
yeah,
inspirational.
but he got it before me. But the first thing he said, the virus wants you to lay down and don't do anything. I
Mhm.
remember when he said that to my mind, I was like, you know what? I was laying in the hospital bed with the two elderly people. I was doing squat with the oxygen in my nose. I was moving around.
No.
They were looking at me like I was nuts. They're
You
like,
were doing, wait. You were doing squats in the
I
hospital with
was,
an
oh,
oxygen?
oh yeah. I was because I had a hard time to breathe, right? With the oxygen playing to my nose. When I was doing exercising, I was actually coughing because I had a hard time to breathe. So
Of
it was
course.
hard to breathe with that. So the nurse were looking at me. They're like, that guy probably got too many hits to the head in hockey. He's nuts.
Well,
But I was just listening to what Cuomo was saying. Is like it wants you to lay dead and to take it. And I was like, no, I'm gonna
okay.
move. I'm gonna act normally.
So, George, that leads me to my next question because you have fought the fights. You were scary, right? You won some pretty hefty fights on the ice. You're known as one of the best enforcers for 14 years in the NHL. Would you say this was just another fight for you? Did you go at this virus like a fighter? How did you say that?
Well, to be honest with you, it was not as hard as when you fight on the ice,
Really?
because
Well,
when
there you go.
because
Okay.
the thing is when you fight on the ice, you could die. Dying crosses your mind because you're fighting a giant, and one punch to the head could kill you. When I was at the hospital, I never thought I was going to die. That's the thing. It's just the result of it is not the same thing. I knew that I was going to pull through because I'm younger, I'm healthier. And yeah, yes, I needed oxygen. And yes, I didn't like the fact that I almost went to the ventilator. But I knew in my mind I was the end result of it, I was going to pull through with it. But when you get into a fight in the NHL against a guy that is there to kill you, the thought of dying crosses your mind. So it's not the same thing. So I
Okay,
would
well,
take,
they're not there to kill you on the ice. It's not really there
no,
to
no,
kill you per se.
no, no. We're there to kill each other. We
No.
are. We are. We're gladiators. You have no glove, nothing. You're a gladiator, and you just want to kill the other guy. That's it.
It's it,
That's a savage of the job that I had. That's what it is.
it's hopeful and it's inspirational to hear that you were in a hospital knowing, really believing you were not going to die. You knew it was bad, you felt terrible, you
Yeah,
couldn't breathe, but that you kept this part of you that was extremely optimistic, because we're hearing from other COVID patients that, even younger ones, saying that there they were in the hospital thinking, oh my God, am I going to die from this?
yeah. I
That
heard that.
didn't
Yeah.
cross your mind.
No, because uh, I'm a pretty positive person, right? And I believe of what we're sending to the universe. If you send to the universe that you're gonna die, you're gonna be sick, you're not gonna pull through with it, you're not helping your body. Your body reacts with how your mindset is going through, right? If you get into a situation that you're sick and you know you're gonna be okay, you know you're gonna pull through, that energy that you're sending to the universe helps you go through the pain, it help you go through your situation. So that's why every situation that I'm in, I always take the best of it, knowing that I'm going to be okay. It's going to be fine. And this is no big deal. This is not going to
Where
win.
where do you think you caught the virus?
Oh, I know how I got it.
How did you get it?
Yeah. When I was doing, actually, I volunteered back in Montreal, back home, to do groceries for elderly people
Mhm.
because they were telling that those people are at risk and they're the one that should stay home. And what I was doing is like, give me your grocery shopping and I'm gonna get the stuff for you, anything that you want, any place that you want it. And I did the grocery shopping. But I have a stupid habit when I go grocery shopping or when I go anywhere to always pull my hair back. I always do that. My hair is always in my face. I should tie it up.
Face.
But yes, always. But the thing is that as dumb as it looked, I didn't think it was that contagious. But when you go to a grocery store and you pick stuff on the shelf that everybody touch, and then at the same time, once in a while, you fix your hand. I touch my face and I pulled my hair back. Right away, my hand's infected. With all the grocery that I did over the weeks, grabbing stuff and always fixing my hair, and I probably touched my face 20, 30 times a day
Oh
without
no,
even
not
knowing
good.
it.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, and I didn't know that was that contagious. So after when I got it and I was thinking up what I was doing all that week, well, I'm not working, I'm not doing anything, everything is closed. The only thing I was doing is delivering food. So, and I wasn't seeing anyone. So the only way it could have happened is by picking up groceries for people. But the good news, and thank God that that's the only thing that I was afraid of. When I got infected, all the elderly that I was doing delivery for them went and got tested.
Oh, that's
Because
good.
couple of them were really old. Some of them were recovering from cancer.
Oh,
And it took about 2 days. I got the result from everyone. Everybody was fine.
oh,
That
good.
to me was the biggest relief. But again, when I was doing delivery, I was living at the doorsteps. I was not coming in. And often when people get their groceries, they wipe it up and stuff. So it was okay. But the biggest worries that I had when this happened to me, it was not for me, but it was for the other people that I was helping that were much older than me. Because I saw the other two people that were in my room that got it, that were really struggling. And some of the people I was delivering food to, I know that if they got it, I'm not sure that they would pull through with it.
So let's just go back for a moment. You said that they misdiagnosed you. They read they read your test wrong. They didn't give you a COVID test. So they didn't know that you had COVID. They didn't know that you had pneumonia. Were you angry?
I was angry the second time. The second time I was there, I was angry because my breathing was getting worse and worse. And, usually when you go to the hospital, they give you cortisone pill. You think that, it's going to solve the problem. So the
Mhm.
second time when my breathing was worse, I was like, listen, I told them that I was delivering food to elderly and they need to know. Because at that time I stopped. I was like, I warned them and I said, listen, I can deliver food. I'm sick. I don't know what's wrong with me. So right away when you say you're sick, at this time they all ask me, you have COVID, right? So when I went to the hospital and I left, I told them, I was like, no, you said just your lungs are inflamed. So, but I didn't do delivery because my breathing was worse. And I was like, I'm not sure what he said. We'll see. Let's wait a couple of days to see if things are getting better with the cortisone pill, right? But when the breathing got worse and I went back to the hospital, I was mad because I was like, okay, there's something wrong with me. You guys called me back. There was a misdiagnosed. They didn't want to test me. Those people that are asking me what's wrong with me, if I have anything because they're worried, I need the test now. And it's crazy because the first test they gave me, they're like, okay, we're going to have the result in 2 days. I was like, what? 2 days? I
2 days.
need to know
Mhm.
now. So
Yeah.
then they did another test because apparently, and I didn't know that, there's tests that you could have the result in an hour and a half. So they pulled that Q-tip up my nose again for the second time to do the test that you could get an hour and a half. And then they were
Mm.
able to tell me an hour and a half later. So apparently there's tests, you get a result for 5 days, after 2 days, after one day, after whatever. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
there's misinformation out there every day. We're hearing, about conflicting stories, misinformation. That has been the problem since this started.
Yeah,
Some people are
yeah.
getting
So
rapid COVID testing. Some people have to wait 2 to 3 days. Some people aren't
yeah,
tested at all. Now they're talking about an antibody test that has been approved by Health Canada, that other tests
yeah,
have not. I mean, it's constantly evolving, right? That's a
it is
pandemic,
confusing.
constantly evolving. But it's people like you who are speaking openly about their experience that will help those as we continue to pull through and through this COVID-19 journey. It's your
Yeah,
experience that will help people. So I'm grateful that you're talking so openly about it. I
thank
want
you.
to I want to talk about your meditation session. I know you posted something, I think today, maybe yesterday. You had a
Yeah,
huge,
yeah, every day.
session on Instagram.
Yeah.
This was your meditation. This was the breathing you were talking about, correct?
Uh, the meditation is not. There's two different things. The meditation, we
Okay.
did it this morning because The meditation, it helps to calm your mind, calm your body, especially in period of crisis. You know, in a period of crisis, one of the biggest enemy for the human being is to panic, right? You
Mm.
panic, you're all over the place, and then when you panic, your body becomes acidic, and disease, virus grows through acidic level. When you ground yourself through meditation, you're alkaline. Alkaline body, virus don't like that. You help get rid of it. So that's why it was a big meditation this morning. We did with over 3 million people with Sri Sri Sankar. It was amazing. I believe
Three,
in meditation.
three
3
million
million
people?
live. Yeah, it was live. A live meditation with 3 million people. Yes.
Oh, I'm so upset I
Yeah.
missed that. I try to meditate
Yeah.
every day. It's just, to be honest with you, George, it's not working so well. It's not.
Yeah. But you know, it's never too late than ever. It's never
No,
too
I
late.
agree. I agree.
Never too late.
It's
Yeah.
never too late
And
for anything, and I believe that the stories of survival of COVID will inspire people to realize it's never too late.
yeah, but you know, for the breathing, for the meditation, it took me 10 years to be able to get it because I'm hyperactive and I couldn't do it before. It's only last year that was finally able to do it. So I could admit that for somebody hyperactive that you like to move, it's tough to do, but now I got it. But the breathing exercise, this is something else. The breathing exercise, people that would do yoga, they would know a lot about it. The
Hmm.
way that you inhale and breathe just through your nose to control your breathing and to help open up your lungs and strengthen your immune system. I did that lots because when you're sick and you cough, you know, your lungs, especially when you have bronchitis or pneumonia, those are the stuff, your chest that you have to work. You do exercise to work to recuperate much faster. And I was working on that with the oxygen through my nose because I was like, I'm not staying in this hospital for 2 weeks. I'm
No
not
way.
watching those people dying in front of me for 2 weeks. I'm not listening another day of them moaning because it was breaking my heart to listen to them suffering so much. And one time, actually, when I got up, because I was the only one that could actually go up to go to the washroom, while them they were so sick that they needed to wear diapers and stuff. Once I was talking to the man that was in front of me, I was like, "How you doing?" You know, he watched me once after I was done my exercise, and he just looking at me entertained. I was like, "How you doing?" And he said, "I'm lonely." And I felt so bad when he said that because he's dying out there in the bed and he's looking at me and he has no family, he has no one. And maybe those are the last days he's gonna spend in his life alone on his bed. It was hard to see.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it
That's
was.
absolutely heartbreaking. Uh,
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate you telling us that. You're a marathon runner?
you're welcome.
Are you a marathon runner?
Yes, I've run twice the Montreal Marathon. I did it twice already, and I'm going to do my third one next year. And my goal is to do it in 4 hours. And again, I know when you look at my shape, my first two marathon I did it at 300 pounds. So my next one next year I'm going to do it at 260. But there's no elephant that do marathon at 260. I know that it doesn't exist. Every time I run, each step I do a earthquake. But I just, but
That's
I
great.
just love it. I love suffering and I love challenging
But
myself.
where are you physically now? How are you feeling physically? Are you able to run? Like, are you back
Yeah,
to work?
yesterday I did something very dumb.
Dumb?
When you have pneumonia, don't try to run right away.
No.
Yesterday I was doing a live, and I was talking to people, and I decided to run. I decided to run while I was doing a live video yesterday, but I have
Why?
pneumonia, right? So I'm running, I'm talking to people. I started to cough. I started to cough. My lung was gonna come out of my body.
Oh
I
boy.
had to stop. I only did 1K, and I laid on the ground for 2 hours. I couldn't breathe. I almost called the ambulance because I couldn't breathe. My lungs was going to explode. So the moral of the day: if you have pneumonia, wait a while before you start running.
Right. I love that you're laughing about it, but that could have been very serious. You could have been very serious.
Yeah, it could have been. It would have been. It would have been a stupid death.
What are you doing to take care of yourself other than trying to run?
Well, right now I don't do much because they say that walk. What I do actually, it's actually pretty funny because you know, when you go to the gym and you look at the people walking on a treadmill, reading a magazine, full makeup, And after they're done, they go back to the bar having a shake. They're eating more calories than what they actually burn when they were walking.
I
That's
don't
what
know.
I'm doing right now.
That's you.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
Yeah, right now I'm walking on the treadmill like those people because I can't run. It's so boring, but I got to stay active a bit. So I walk on it, and in my mind, I'm like, oh my God. I had to laugh at them so much to be in that position now that all I could do right now is walk. But no, right now I'm just walking with a bit of incline, not doing too much until my lungs, my breathing goes back, and then when I'm fine, I can't wait to be full blown running again to get ready to get my best time ever for my marathon.
so George, there's been so many comments while we've been talking, tons of comments coming in right now. A lot of love for you, I'm seeing,
Oh,
and
thank you.
lots of hearts on the side, which is really nice. Lots of fans, and there's been some comments about you being a vegetarian athlete.
Vegan, vegan,
Oh,
vegan.
you're a vegan. You're a
Yes,
vegan athlete, and
since
and you,
2009.
wow, what was that like when you became a vegan?
Well, I did it for three reasons. I did it for my health, for the environment, and the animals. I think that for those three reasons, everybody should be vegan. It's the best thing that you could do for your own health. We talk often about so many things that we could do to improve global warming, our environment, our health, and all that stuff that people are doing. But the best way to do it, the best way to help a planet and your health is to be vegan. When I decided to be vegan in 2009, I've never felt healthier. When I retired from the NHL, I had two herniated discs, no meniscus on my knees. My body was done. I fought for 13 years. After I became vegan, my body rejuvenated itself. It was unreal. I started running
Wow,
marathons. I started doing things that I never could have done before. Not
wow,
most guys that are retired, they can't do stuff like this. And I'm 300 pounds. I've ran 100 half marathons. I run it sub 2 hours. I do crazy cycling race and stuff like this. And it's all attributed to my diet, being vegan. It gives me so much energy. And now I'm a public speaker. I go around the world to talk about veganism because usually people that talk about veganism, they're like yogis that weighs 100 pounds that levitate when the wind blows, right? When you have a big black elephant of 200 pounds that talk about veganism, people are like, what do you do for protein? The
yeah.
biggest question. So,
What do you do for protein? Tell me. I want to know
are
what you
you
do. What do you do for protein?
okay? What's a protein?
I don't know. You tell me. Meat,
What,
chicken,
what do you think
fish,
it is? You think,
cheese.
okay,
It's an, well, for
ask
me,
that
protein is an
question. When
animal
I ask that,
product. That's my protein. Yeah. Oh, you're freezing. Sorry, George, you're freezing on me. Okay. No, no, you're good. Yep. No, you're good. You're good.
so
I can. Oh, there you go. Okay.
I do for protein. We have to understand that protein is a
You're
combination
off
of
and on. You're
amino.
off and on.
Am I still cutting? Really? It looks pretty. My signal looks pretty good. Actually, let me try
Okay.
something else. Hold on. Let me hold it there.
Everybody's on
I'm
pins
gonna
and
close it.
needles. They want to know what is the protein.
Okay, okay, okay. Is it good now?
Yeah.
Is it working right now? It's good?
Yeah. Yeah, you're good.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. We have to understand that protein is a combination of amino acid. So what are people that are vegan, what are we doing? We eat a combination of amino acid because when you combine that together, it's like a complete protein. So what do I do for protein? I eat grains like beans, nuts, green vegetables. Kale is rich in amino acid, pumpkin seed, all that stuff. All those nutrients, they're all full of amino acid that are really nutritious. They're really good for your body. So throughout the day, all the food that you eat that are rich in amino acid, when you combine them together, you have a complete protein. And the best way to eat a protein is based on plant because that protein, so it's better for your body. And when you consume amino acid, your body digests it much better. When you eat meat, it's dead. You eat dead animal corpse. There's no nutrients in it. It stays in your body for weeks. It
That doesn't
petrifies in
sound
your
nice.
intestines. It stays in there. There's so much chemical they get in there. It causes cancer. It's bad and it stays there. Your body has to work so hard. It raises body temperature to dissect it in amino acid to digest it. That's why when you eat meat, often you're tired because your body wastes so much energy to dissect it and it's actually dead. So it's not healthy. So when people ask all the time, what's the best protein to have? I eat protein based on plant and it's much healthier than eating stuff that are dead full of HGH.
And so you believe that being a vegan was really single-handedly one of the reasons that helped you through this.
Oh my God. Everybody should be vegan, actually. If most people were vegan, you would not see lineups in hospital anymore. The health industry would die, would crash. The pills industry is $2 billion a year. Why? Because people are eating shit and then they eat chemical to digest it or to help their health. But if you ate healthier, you would not need to have all those antibiotics that you're buying. You would actually save money so you could go on vacation other than giving all your money to the health industry.
That's a very interesting outlook
I
on.
could go on and on. I could go on
I
and
know
on
you
for
could.
hours.
I know you could. Before I let you go, I want you just to, if you could, just what is it something that your takeaway? What have you learned being a COVID survivor? This experience, what has it done for you?
Well, I learned that it's a serious issue and it's a serious disease, and to take it seriously. And if you don't take it seriously for you, take it seriously for the people around you, because I'm pretty sure that you care about the people that are around you. You care about their health, and you would not be the you. I'm pretty sure that everybody listening to me right now would not want to be the person that got someone sick that lost their life because of it, because you have to live with that for the rest of your life. So if you don't care about it, care about the people around you, take precaution and be careful about it to make sure that your surrounding is going to be all healthy, and all together we're going to pull through this as a family. And after this crisis is done, what we're going to remember is how we pulled through as a nation together in love and harmony and helped. And but we'll remember this forever, that's for sure.
This has been such a joy for me speaking with you. You're so joyful and positive.
Thank
Certainly,
you.
certainly not the persona that I thought the enforcer, the gentle enforcer would have. I know so many years later, but still, it's really been quite refreshing. And
Oh,
this
thank
this
you.
was a first. This is definitely a first for me, and I appreciate it.
Oh, my
It's
pleasure. Thank you.
so nice to speak with you, George. Continue on the right path on health and feel good. And I hope to see you back here soon when you're 100%.
Anytime. Thanks for having me. Anytime.
George, be
Thank you.
well.
You
Take
too.
care.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody for joining us. Speak
Thank
to you
you.
soon. Okay. Bye now.